Wait, sorry. I know if I don't get this recorded, then I get yelled at later. So let me restart that. You are the CEO of your life this Monday morning, the CEO of your dreams, the CEO of your goals, the CEO of whatever lifestyle it is that you dream about on a every single day basis. I know I am not the only one who gets up in the morning sometimes, or spending some, time out by the pool on the weekends, or at night when I'm getting ready to end my day, is just kind of sit back and think about the type of lifestyle that I want for me, for my family, for those closest to me, for retirement, for all the things that we want to accomplish. And here's the thing, I know we all do that. But on the same token, we choose a life of convenience more times than we choose the life of inconvenience. And so we can have all of those goals and dreams and wishes and the things that we want to accomplish. But if we do not take over the CEO role in our life, we're really never going to get there. We are just continuously lying to ourselves about what we want. And they do just stay dreams. They never actually become reality, because we don't ever choose the harder things. We choose the easier things. I had a really great conversation over the weekend with Danelle, my mentor, and there's some things I'm avoiding in my life right now in growing business. And so I needed a little check. And so I figured I might bring that back to you guys too. And I'm going to tell a couple of my own personal stories, because I love for you guys transparently to see inside of my life what things that I'm going through. Maybe they can help translate into things that will help you. So one thing I want to do really quick, because this really has to do with last week, is I had all of you guys, you were supposed to go and track your schedule for your whole week. You were supposed to write down how you were spending each of the hours of your day. Now, I'm not asking anybody to out themselves unless they really want to, but if you could at least in the comments, let me know, did you do that? If you didn't do it, I won't say that it's okay. It's not okay. You're here to grow and to learn. And so when I give you tasks like that to do, you have to go do them. So I wanted, for those of you who weren't able to make it here last week, I had everybody go and track their week, all hours of the day, what type of hours they were spending doing what, checking in on how many hours we were scrolling on social media, and kind of gave them a plan for how to compartmentalize their day in time chunks to get more accomplished in the day. I just wanted to, that's not what today is about. I just wanted to check back in with you guys and hold you accountable, because a lot of hopping on these Monday mornings is holding all of ourselves accountable to the things, to growth, to bigger, badder, better lifestyles, the things that we're wanting to grow into. And so if I don't go back and hold you accountable for last week's assignment, then what are we even doing here? So if you did not do that last week, I highly recommend you doing it this week. I did it for the first couple of days. It's so true, isn't it, Erin? Like, well, anything like that we will do for the first couple of days, and then we just kind of like forget that we were supposed to be doing it. So I challenge you to go back and continue that on. It will tell you a lot about how you're spending your time, you guys. And sometimes we need a little bit of wake-up call. Like, I had everybody checking their phones too, because you can see how much usage you have on the different applications on your phone, like social media platforms, and how much screen time you are having on your phone. And if you're not tracking all the hours of your day, and you're just kind of like putting some over there in that like dusty broom closet, because you don't really want to address that's how you're spending a good portion of each of your day, it's time to have a little come to Jesus with our schedule. Okay. So that's why I was having everybody do it, because I want everybody to kind of give themselves a check, a plan, do review on how you are spending the hours of your day, so that we can make them more constructive over time to reach the things that all of you guys are here to reach. You wouldn't be here on a Monday morning if you didn't have some bigger visions for your lifestyle. We're not here playing house. We are here trying to get better at what we do, better at internal growth, better at our goals, better at executing the things to get us to our goals. So track your time. I highly recommend it. Okay. So what I really wanted to talk about today, though, is convenience versus inconvenience and getting the hard things done in your life and facing some of the harder stuff so that you can grow. We tend to resort or fall back into or crawl back into spaces that are comfortable. Why? Because they're comfortable. But unfortunately, those comfortable spaces are not going to get us where we're trying to go. And you are not here on a Monday morning because you have nowhere to go. You are here on a Monday morning because you want more. So we have to somehow crawl out of those comfortable spaces. And we will inherently make up all kinds of excuses to stay in those comfortable spaces. I can give you a example of a number of years ago. A phone call came in and I was asked to speak on a stage at GoPro for Eric Worre on one of his panels, network marketing's most powerful women. And it was a goal of mine. I literally had the badge of it on my vision board. Be careful what you put on the vision board. Okay. That's all I'll say. Because when that call came in, I think I was sick for the following 2 weeks. I was glad that he didn't call me any earlier, because that next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, however, maybe it was 4 weeks until the actual stage time, I literally made myself sick. It was a tough thing. I knew when he called, every ounce of every pin and needle in my body wanted to say, nope, I can't, I'm busy. Oh, I was already coming to the event. I couldn't really say that. I was already going to be there. I wanted to say no, because that was the easy way out. The comfortable place was for me to sit in the audience. But I had committed to myself a year before. I think it was a year before, in his audience, sitting all the way in the back of the room, little tiny old me, that I wanted to be up on that stage someday. Did I think it was going to happen in a year? No. It was rather quickly that happened. So when that happened, I wasn't necessarily prepared for it. I was thinking, okay, like maybe the next year or a couple of years from now, but I knew I wanted to do it. I knew that was going to take me into another realm business-wise, connections, networks, just having that under my belt, I knew would give me more confidence too. But every ounce of the internal pieces of my body and mind were saying, just say no. This sounds dangerous. It's going to be scary. Just say no. And out blurted, yes, I will be there. And then we hung up the phone, and I think I dry heaved a few times. And then over the course of the next few weeks, I made myself sick over it, literally. But I knew that I couldn't back out of it. I knew, and there wasn't even any way to really prepare for it, because they won't give you the questions ahead of time. So you just have to like be yourself. You just had to answer questions based on your skill and your ability when you were up there live on stage in front of all those people. It's scary. So if I can do that, I know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. If you have a goal or something you want to accomplish, start putting some really scary things in your path, because those are the only things that are going to make you grow into that person or that lifestyle or the goals you're trying to get to. If you have this big lifestyle goal for yourself, but yet you're not putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, you're not eating the frog. I'll get to that in a second. If you're not doing the hard things, if you're not making yourself get off of the couch and out from behind the Netflix and out from behind, warrior on social media platforms, if you're not doing some uncomfortable things, it is going to be hard pressed for you to ever make it to that pinnacle place, that place you really have your mind set to. You're going to have to dig in and do some of those uncomfortable things. Eat That Frog. It's one of my favorite books. I actually made my son start reading it this summer because I think he's got massive procrastinator problems. I won't say which parent that came from. It would be rude. It was my ex-husband. Yes, he has massive procrastination problems. This one is not live. It's just being recorded. I'm safe. So Eat That Frog really teaches you the most simple concepts of doing the hard things first. So if you make a to-do list, which you should have made your to-do list for today already. If you didn't make it last night, you should have made it this morning. And if you don't have it done yet, let's get it done as soon as we get off of here, or you can scratch some notes while you're half paying attention to me. So if you have a to-do list, I want you to kind of rate those things. I want you to try to get some of those harder things out of the way first. The things you don't really want to do, the things that are a little bit harder for you to accomplish if you let it get too late in the day. Like that's why I get my exercise out of the way first thing in the morning. Number one, it's for my brain. It gets me going. But number two, I know that if I put exercise off to the middle or later in the day, I will not get it done. I will put it off and I will not do it. So I eat that frog every single morning for the most part and get my exercise out of the way. Because if I just keep telling myself I'm going to do it, I won't do it. And that's me. I also like to get my harder phone calls out of the way first thing in the morning, or like if I got to pick up the phone and make some appointments to get like doctor's appointments on the schedule or things like that, I'd like to get that done as soon as the office is open, because then I can check some things off on my list. So Eat That Frog is a really great, easy, quick read if you're a procrastinator, or if you're like, you know what, I always have big to-do lists and I'm never getting to the really important things, the meat and potatoes, the things that are going to move me to the next realm. I recommend reading that book. Now, the rest of what I got, a lot of like my talking points out of this morning and things I wanted to share with you guys, is out of a new book that I've listened to the whole thing. I'm ordering the hard copy and I'm re-listening to it again when I hop on a plane tomorrow, because it is that good. And it is called The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. I had it recommended to me once and then twice and then a third time. And I was like, all right, I got to download this book. It is so good. You guys, it is so good. If you are looking to level up your life, I highly, highly recommend this book. It's great on Audible. I'm ordering the hard copy because I'm going to highlight the living bejesus out of it, because it has so many great points in it about us growing the power of one more, the power of just one more thing, one more this, one more that, one more thing will get you. And it goes through all kinds of different subjects of the power of one more in all different realms of our life. Very, very powerful book. One of the notes I wrote down, the tallest hills are the hardest ones to climb, you guys, but they have the greatest rewards on the other side. So if it's just super easy for you, the chances are the reward on the other side of that is not going to be nearly as great as if you try to climb the hardest mountain. Another note I wrote down was, are you like, when it comes to your side hustle, you're growing your business, you're becoming a leader, your entrepreneurship, whatever the big here, I'm not talking about like, if you love your 9 to 5, I'm not knocking your 9 to 5. So we have some entrepreneur type personalities on here. So I'm kind of go that realm. But I'm not talking about your regular 9 to 5. I get up, I drink my coffee, I drive to work, I do my thing, I get it done, I punch the clock, and I come home. I'm talking about the things that make you jump out of bed in the morning and go, I want more. I want to do this. I have big goals. I want to hit this rank. I want to get to this income goal for residual income for my family. I want to have retirement that I know I'm going to be able to count on. When you're interested in having something like that, you'll only do it when it's convenient for you. When you're committed to something like that, you will do it even when it's inconvenient for you. You will put off all of the fun things that you like to go do, and you will put the hard things in place of those fun things. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take a break and have some fun, but go track your hours and find out how many hours a week you're spending on the fun things and how many hours a week you're actually solely focused and dedicated to the hard things. And I'm saying solely focused, not multitasking 100 things at once, Kristen Scott. I'm saying fully focused. So I want you to write that down and think about that today. If you are committed, you will do the hard things. You will do the inconvenient things. If you're just interested in reaching that next rank, if you are just interested in being able to quit one of those 3 jobs, if you are interested in being able to become a leader of leaders, if you are interested in having a residual income that could rocket ship past any goal you've ever had. If you're just interested in that, you're only going to do the things when it's convenient for you, and you'll put them off. And then a year from now, you'll be in the same place. So if you can look back over the last couple of years, 3-4 years, and you feel that you are stagnantly stuck, there's some really good S words for you, struggling to grow past a certain point, I will wager that you are putting off some of the really hard things, and you're falling back into zones that are comfortable for you. Now, let me give you a good example of something that's really uncomfortable that I would say 99% of you have probably never done. So you want to grow your business, right? We're all of us here in network marketing. You want to grow your business. You want to grow your team. You've been out there pushing pictures and spamming it up on social media, and you think that that is what is building your business and growing your network. Maybe you got a couple here and there, maybe, but it's not uncomfortable, is it? All of those things are pretty comfortable. Going live is uncomfortable. That will attract more than you'll get doing any of the other things, but most of you won't do that on a regular basis because it's uncomfortable. But here's my example. Have any of you ever signed up to be a part of a BNI or gone to a live in-person networking meeting for your network marketing business? For your network. I know, Kristen, I'm staring at you. Thank you for keeping your camera on. It gives me someone to talk to. You too, Wendy. And Shar, you're usually on, but maybe you have things going on in the background. If you're doing things in the background that I don't want to see or they make me dizzy or want to vomit, don't do it. Hi, baby. I mean for your network marketing business, because I'm gonna go off on a little tangent here and dig down into a deep, dark little hole that everybody likes to push in the broom closet. This is network marketing, and everyone thinks it's a pyramid scheme. So if I take this out into the public and I don't just hide behind my computer screen or my phone, sending messages and spamming it up, if I actually have to go stand in front of people and tell that I'm in network marketing, it's gonna get really uncomfortable. I'm speaking from experience, you guys, so I'm not poking at anybody, but it is. And we say we want it really bad, but we don't go put ourselves around and surround ourselves with the business people that we would actually want to bring into our business. Instead, we sit there spamming it up out on social media, thinking that's going to be the next best one that's going to blow up my business. And I'm not saying you won't find him or her out there on social media, but I'm saying that there's a lot better chance of you putting yourself into even just the mindset. Let's say that no one comes out of that BNI meeting. Think about who you're surrounding your mindset with and how uncomfortable. I got to go in person and sit in a room full of entrepreneurs and business owners and talk about what I do. That's so uncomfortable. I remember Nicole Brown and I don't know if she's on here this morning. Nicole Brown and I were very serious about growing our businesses. This was, goodness gracious, 8-9 years ago, probably. We were very serious about growing our businesses. So we signed up for a Toastmasters class or event. Does anybody know what Toastmasters is? I know Wendy does. Okay. They're like places where you can go, like, really learn how to speak in front of people. My grandpa was in Toastmasters like his entire adult life and used to preach it to me when I was a kid. So I finally had to go and see what he was talking about. And I think I didn't do that until after he passed away. No, I think it might have been right before, so I could still tell him about it. So it is a place that is very uncomfortable. I remember Nicole and I being there and being very uncomfortable, but we at least took each other and had each other to lean on. So if you have an accountability partner in your business and you want to go do something very uncomfortable like that, BNIs, I don't know that you can really do that with, because you can only have one person that represents that type of, anyways, find some sort of in-person out there networking event where you can go meet people. It will make you uncomfortable. I promise it's going to make you uncomfortable, but it is going to help you grow. And if it's not that, pick something else that's going to make you a little uncomfortable. pick apart your schedule and start putting some things in there that are gonna make you uncomfortable. Is getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning uncomfortable for you because your schedule you don't like that? But like one of the first things I read this morning when I got up and was doing some of my homework was successful people will push themselves religiously to get up an hour or two earlier. He was saying 4:30 in the morning. That made me want to vomit a little bit. I'd have to go to bed a little bit later because I definitely am one that needs my 7 to 8 hours of sleep. However, I was thinking when Luke goes back to school, I'm gonna drop my time again this year to even earlier. It just means I might have to go to bed a little earlier, but I know that in the mornings I crush it. That is my bang time. I get so much more done. So should I make myself, I have huge goals for this next 6 months, huge, massive. So if that's the case, why am I sleeping in? Why am I allowing that extra sleep? If you're dead set and serious about having some good waking hours to absolutely crush and dominate your goals, figure out when that time is. And then go plug in that time and devote it to what your goals are. Comfort and convenience do not coexist. Being comfortable and having convenience and growing, inconvenience, comfort and inconvenience. I just went back and read that and I was like, you know what? I just mistyped that. Comfort and inconvenience do not coexist. If you want to stay in your comfort zone, you're going to stay in your comfort zone. It's as simple as that. If you've been sitting in that comfort zone for a number of years and you're just comfortable with that and you want to just stay there and you're not really that sad that you're not making it to that next thing that you have in mind, then stay there. Keep doing the comfortable things and you can stay there, stuck. There's another S word. You can struggle and stay stuck and stay sick. It's time to get up and do the inconvenient things. Seek inconvenient relationships. What does that mean? We all have a tendency to retreat back into. Why do you think this is a terrible example? I'm not even going to use it. It would have just not been good. But seriously, sometimes we just retreat back into relationships because they're comfortable. Friendships because they're comfortable. Why not start challenging some of those relationships to level up either with you or level out of the way? It's time. We sit in these comfortable scenarios because they're comfortable and they are not helping us grow. I have had a number of conversations with my husband and with Sydney over the last couple of weeks because I leave tomorrow to fly out to go to Danelle's home with 50 business mastermind people. And then I'm hopping on a plane from there and going with Danelle to a convention that she's speaking at. Thousands of people, I have no idea, business people, I have no idea who they are. Do you think that's comfortable? We've in the last few years, because of this P word and C word, gotten really comfortable sitting behind our computers. I am number one in that boat. I've worked from home for so long that when that happened and I didn't have to go out anymore, I got really comfortable here. I love my office. It got so comfortable, I sprained my back on my chair. For those of you know, I threw my back out after a Zoom meeting the other night. I walked out of my office and literally collapsed from sitting in my chair behind my desk. If that's not a poke from God telling me I need to get my butt out of this house, I don't know what is. No. So I'm going to go hop on a plane and I'm sweating it, you guys. I'm just being transparent. I'm like, it's giving me a little bit of anxiousness to go do this. I'm going to go fly out there by myself, none of my friends with me, rent a car, stay in a hotel by myself. Not that I haven't done those things in the past, but then I'm going to go each day and surround myself with 50 other entrepreneurs that are looking at crushing life. And I don't know any of them. I don't know one of them. I know a few of them from social media, but I don't know any of them. And I got to go be like, I got to go be normal. I don't know. I got to go share myself in front of all these people that I don't know. And then I got to go to this convention with her and meet a bunch more people. But I know that I have to get out from behind this computer. I have to go do some things that are really uncomfortable for me. Because if I don't, I'm not going to grow to that next level. I've been stuck. There's another S word that I'm not supposed to be using. That's part of my past. I'm heading out the door to soar. There we go. There's a good S word. We're going to go up. But I'm going to put myself in some uncomfortable situations in this next 6 days. Can I challenge you to go do that too? I'm not saying you have to get on an airplane and go do what I'm doing. I mean, you could. I'll take your company. Nope. See, I resort back to that almost immediately. I just want a comfort zone. I want a buddy to go with me because that makes it easier. But I'm going to go and I'm going to be uncomfortable and I'm going to do the hard things because I want to grow in my life. I want to grow in my business. I want to grow in my relationships. I want to grow my network, and I want to go meet some new people that are better than me, that are bigger, better than me, that I can go learn from. Because if I stay where I'm at, it's going to be S words all over the place. Right? So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to put a couple of things on your list today, you guys, that you're going to start putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow. And I don't know what that means for you or what that is for you. Maybe it's speaking in front of a crowd somewhere or at your church, or maybe it's going to one of those Toastmaster meetings, or maybe it's joining a BNI, or maybe it's finding a networking thing to go to once a week to grow your actual network marketing business. I don't know what it is for you, but I do know that playing it safe and staying comfortable isn't going to get you where I know most of your goals. It's not going to get you where you're looking to go. So there's your homework for this week. I want you to make a plan on some things you're going to do and get uncomfortable to grow your network marketing business and your leadership skills and all of the things that it's going to take for you to get to that next level. Let's stop banging our head up against a brick wall, doing the same things over and over and over because they're comfortable. Let's go break that glass ceiling and do some things that are going to get us to the next level. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolute fabulous goal crushing week, and you know where to find me if you need me.